keeps us strong. Strong. In the red room,
see those juice boxes, y'all?
Jen and Juice got that open mind. Hearts connect at 10:30. Every Saturday once again. Laughter's bright and tears are real. Nothing here we gotta conceal. Safe and sound right on this stage. Flip the script, turn the page. Red room talk, it's where we'll be. Sharing dreams and memories. Laugh and cry all night long. Jen and Juice keeps us strong. No topics too wild, too taboo. In this space, we break right through. With every word, a bond we form. Warm like the sun after a storm. So take a seat, join the chatter. In this place, nothing else matters. Feel the vibe and let it flow. In the red room, love will grow. Red room talk, it's where we'll be. Sharing dreams and memories. Laugh and cry all night long. Jen and Juice keeps us strong.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Red Room Talk. You guys can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Jen. The Red Room Talk is a show about love, intimacy, and interpersonal relationships, including self, to erase different social stigmas. We're here to have candid discussions and cut through those stigmas to show that in the end, no matter your background, we all have commonalities when it comes to the matter of the mind and the heart. Nothing is off the table in the Red Room Talk. Last episode, if you missed us, that's okay. You can find us on YouTube by following that link in my profile. And by following that link in my profile. Last episode, we talked about dating roadblocks, but this week we're going to discuss Tagged with this week's topic, Surviving Tagged, the Streamer's Survivor Guide. This is Bookie's pick. It is Bookie's birthday episode, so make sure y'all hit him with a fave when he gets in the box. But tonight in the Red Room, we have an all-star cast. We have CJ DJ Slab God, my co-host. We have Green Eyes, and of course, the birthday boy, Bookie. But let's find out what the panel thinks about streamers. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys in the box, and then we will get started. But first things first, keep your mind open and your language clean.
Yeah.
Woo. Well, hello, everybody. Of course, we are polite. I know it's your birthday, Bookie, but we are polite. So we'll let ladies go first and introduce themselves, and then we'll come over to you.
Okay, you can go.
Wow, go ahead.
Nice switch up. I like that. Switch it up. Switch it up. Make her go first. Yeah.
Well, first off, my name is Green Eyes. I usually stream late nights. Usually around 7 p.m. usually, or the latest would be like 10 p.m. Pacific time because I'm in California. Okay.
Big Cali.
Other than that, I mean, if not, you gotta catch me when you can. Usually I'll be in here most of the time. So if I'm not live, I'm here.
She ripping that whistle.
Bookie, Mr. Birthday Boy, big Bookie birthday.
Right. Big Bookie Baby. It's my birthday, but I just now getting back on tag, but I stream sporadically whenever I really feel like it. Most of the time I'm in here with the host, Skinny Juice. So yeah, thank y'all for popping up for my birthday as well. But let's have fun.
All right. Okay, big CJ DJ Slam God.
It's your turn. You gotta go.
I got to go. No, you go. I said.
Man, woman, man. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Well, I am Jen and Juice. I am the host of this show right here, right now. You guys can catch me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, you guys can catch me late nights into early mornings, and I do have some more content coming at you. So make sure y'all tap in on Instagram to watch for those posts. But yeah, sporadically I do cosplay, makeup, stuff like that. So make sure y'all tap in.
Tap in. I am. You can catch me on here periodically. I'll be in here DJing most of the time for Jen. Or if you need me, I'm available. Just hit me up a week in advance if you need me to DJ for your event on tag. So let's get to it. This is the Red Room Talk.
We need a gift. I don't know why that just popped in my head. So as a streamer, I have been on this app an astounding 18 years. Yes, before the live stream was even here. So I want to know a little bit about your guys' tag story. I want to hear, some of the, what you want to do on here, what you've done on here. But the first question is, what brought you to Tagged and what are your goals on Tagged?
I'll go first. This is my birthday. Tell us what it is. I just going to say that. See if I remember from the last time. To meet new friends and to project as a streamer myself, and just I gotta put this. Grow better and better every day as we go on. And what brought me to take. A friend of mine told me about it, but then it was a date that before the streams and stuff, because like Jen said, we've been on this app for ages. So, and I was on it as well before all the streaming stuff, but maybe I was looking for love, but now it is what it is.
I've been on this app probably like 9+ years. So again, before streaming. So I was actually no, because I was there when I was streaming, but I was mainly gifting and just meeting new people, like you said, make friends. Who invited me was one of my friends who showed me, you can gift people, you can cash out, stuff like that. Yeah, go. Sorry. But yeah, I was just getting to know people basically. After that, I started streaming probably like a year or two after that, just to see what it was like. But some of the people I was meeting was more like you said, dating. I wasn't into dating. I was just trying to make friends and get to know people and, see what it's like. After that, I just been on here, on and off, but, build up a network, maybe later on down the line become the top badge. I don't know, maybe. It is a lot of work. because it's stressful, yes, but it's a work in progress. So yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up. I guess you're gonna make me go now.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I've been on here since during COVID time, 2020. Nobody told me about this app. I happened to find it. Kind of started off just going to different streams. I started in the top badges live. I became her number one within a couple of months, and she actually had some pretty high numbers. So, yeah. Other than that, I've kind of been on here. Originally, I got on here to kind of start like a car enthusiast type of thing because I'm heavy into cars, customized cars. But at the same time, it grew into something more than that. I actually met people that I've actually been on vacations with on here. So, yeah, it's been pretty fun. And just recently, I say probably about a year, Jen, that we've known each other now.
Yeah.
So I came across Jen through another person that I'm, no longer friends with. Or I won't say no longer friends, but they're no longer on here. So, yeah. So I'm happy. I got a lot of friends on here. Jen is one of them. And we're going to keep it rolling just like that. Yeah.
So, of course, I've been on here, like I said, 18 years. We just celebrated 18-year anniversary. But actually what brought me on here was I was on here before I had even got married. When I got married, of course, obviously I was not on the app at that time because there was no live stream. But then my mom had found love on here, and I was like, okay, let me get another crack at it, And then when I got on here, there was the live stream, and I'm like, whoa, what's this? Okay, So I went into my first live, and like people were talking, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. And so I went live one time. Actually, my sister, her and I, we were acting up. We was drinking wine and doing stuff that we probably shouldn't have been doing. That was my very first live stream. There was over 5,000 viewers. Yes, back then the views was crazy. And so I got off of it because I just, I didn't really know what it was. And so then then when I came back and like really paid attention, like I went into this live streamer, his name was Chase with the Badge at the time. And he really made me want to be a streamer, but I was so shy, so kind of cut off from like, I didn't, I had went through a bad relationship. So I still was in that mindset of like, I didn't feel like I had anything important to say. And so I really kind of fought back with like streaming and stuff like that. I would just be kind of a box person and then people kept telling me, like, oh, you should stream. And so finally I, little by little, streamed until here I am, a streamer. But my goals on Tagged, I have basically hit every single goal that I've wanted to hit on here outside of like, like numbers. But I never looked at it as a number thing. Like I wanted a featured show, which really was a huge goal for me. It took me a long time to get, because, this is before they just kind of gave shows to people. Like I really had to work. It took me over 6 months to even get my show. Like I worked alongside the admins. And now I actually am a mentor for the app. I work for the app as well. So, I mean, and then got my top badge on my birthday in 2022. And I've kind of, hit almost every goal. I mean, outside of like gift things. Like the only thing I think I haven't done is be in a comp and get a Goldie. I think that's everything else I've ever set out to do, I've done. My main goal was to hit 50 milli. I surpassed that, and so the next thing I got to really look forward is 125, and that's really far away. So outside of that, I've hit every goal that I've really set out to hit. But yeah, do y'all have anything else to say? No.
I mean, the views, like you said, it was crazy back then. It really was.
It was way different.
Back then, I used to get like close to like 2,000 like views up in there. I'm like, I've only been on for like an hour and like already 1,000 views.
I've never seen that.
Oh, 5,000 views. It was lickety split. We was shaking. We was
I mean, I was doing the same
We was
thing.
wilding, okay? I didn't know what it was,
No,
okay? But we
Barely,
were
no,
I
just
we
having
barely get
fun.
no, we were
Like,
people.
I'll
We were
never forget it. My
spectators.
sister came to visit, and I'm like, let's get on this thing. These people are watching. It reminding me of like AOL chat rooms and stuff. So we were just on there wilding, shaking. She was
Y'all
shaking
be
butt,
messing
and
and all that.
yeah, it was a different time. You could throw money at females back then, and they'd be shaking and all kinds of
Exactly. We
stuff.
had to worry about getting banned.
Right,
Can we go back? Can we
right.
go back to that time? I got some
But
dollars. I got some dollars in my pocket.
right, I got dollars in my pocket. Anyways, y'all, if y'all are just pulling up, that's okay. We have so much more to come, y'all. We just discussed what brought you to tag, what are your goals on tag, but now I want to talk to the newcomers. So, of course, one thing about tagged is you are always going to have the ebb and flow. I always call it the wave. Like, there's going to be, people who will always come and go. But one thing, especially as a mentor, that I always watch out for is the newcomers, because I want good streamers here on this app. As a mentor, I want to make sure that they know how to move on the app, so they can become a good streamer. I don't care about the diamond flipping and all that. And if that's what you do, hey, by all means, make your paper, boo boo. But for me, I want to have good quality streamers on here to bring back content. This is what I do. I'm a content creator. I'm not just a streamer. And so, for all the newcomers, we are the ones who teach them. We're the ones who help mold them. If whether you're a mentor like me or just somebody who they happen to attach to, we teach these people. So the question is, what are some tips for new streamers? Tagged do's and don'ts.
Hey, I'm trying to remember. I said, don't spend your rent money. Don't spend your bill money. Make sure you set aside some money so you can definitely use to trade or do whatever you need to do. But don't just spend all you goddamn rent money in here. Because you ain't gonna have no rent, and then also you gonna be calling your card back. And we don't want that.
Let's sit my tea.
You're gonna end up homeless. You don't have no roof over your head and be hungry eating half a bag of noodles.
No, exactly. Don't get you wrong. It's like because Lord knows you gonna spend about $1,000 on you eat way too.
Then you're gonna be eating noodles and ketchup.
That's how that's the track right there.
And don't just drop on anybody just because you think they cool. They could turn around and do something else. Take that and run. They won't even get back the block.
If anything,
Just be careful.
anything that I've learned so far, consistency.
Yeah.
You gotta be consistent.
Consistent.
You ain't gonna have no fun. I remember I was consistent for like 1 month, streaming every day, 5 days a week, and I got a regular job. I had people coming in here left and right, and then I stopped. Ain't nobody coming in. So, consistency for me personally, that's number one.
Please make sure you're in the camera.
Yes, that's number three. Two is have some type of substance to your stream. Don't be bland. Everybody else doing the same thing. Don't try to be, I'm sorry, not to use names, but don't try to be stunner. Don't try to be the people that's high up. You gotta start your way down. Your way up.
You can't be
Jen. You can't be juice. You can probably be a juice box. Like a little juice box. Like a little small one. You know how you get from Chick-fil-A for the kids? Get in the small, but you can't be the juicy juice that you get from the corner store. Can't be that.
100%, not from concentrate.
Yeah, no concentrate. You can be concentrate, no juice. You're gonna have to get you a real blender. Real blender.
Make sure you have more than one picture. I can say that. Don't have just one picture. And please make sure the picture of you and not somebody else. Just because you don't like the way you look, you don't know what other people think. So please make sure it's your picture.
And make sure the picture ain't looking like this. We don't need no 65 year
Make
old
sure you don't have
pictures.
the AI pictures.
And can y'all men quit doing? Can y'all men quit doing this?
There you go. Stop doing that. No, that's a 65-year-old picture.
This
That's a
is a
65-year-old picture right
and
there.
then the females. We know you
Or
big girls.
no.
Okay, look, I'm a big girl, but I'm gonna show you the whole thing. Okay, I'm
Hold
gonna show
on.
you the whole thing.
Here's my
Exactly.
favorite. Here's my favorite. Can we leave this back in 2000 and what?
Wait, hold on. What about this? Hold on.
No, yeah, that one. But here's the best one. Here's the best one I see on every man, woman, whatever. Please leave this back in 2000 and what? 10, 12. The way you look like you're looking for something on the ground. Ain't nothing down there. Whatever you
talking
think is
about
gone. Ain't
You
nothing
talking about the
down there.
yesterday pictures?
Yeah,
Are you
ain't
looking
nothing
for your
down
hope?
there.
Are you looking for
Ain't
hope?
nothing down there. If you looking for people to come in your stream, they not down there. You need to look at the camera. Please. Just take 3 seconds. Huh?
And you got the guys, okay?
If you went to Target.
All of it.
They wearing tight sweats, okay? And they
Listen,
just
I'm
showing
not.
everything up here
And
like
they got no face picture. You like we don't need to see that. Well, of course.
that's not your face. Your face
Y'all
is up
all
here.
My
bent
picture,
over
I
on
don't
the
know.
camera and you're looking schmuggly and look.
You're looking. You ain't got no lotion on your elbows. We can see the dryness on your elbows. All that.
Please don't use this. Hold on. Don't use the picture from 10 years ago. You better not let
Everybody.
your phone.
It's 2025. Everybody should have a skincare routine.
No,
Get
We
out the
are
shower.
all older for the most part. Okay, it's time. At least
We
make
all
sure you get
have
some
a
car
skincare
mints or something.
So be mindful. Don't be careful. Be mindful. Well, you be careful too. But be
What's
mindful.
wrong?
So I'm gonna say tips are so one thing as a mentor, what I tell my streamers,
This is professional advice.
the people who are under me, I think about if you're gonna get on here, right, and you want to move, okay, do not get on here and flip 100 million diamonds and not cultivate your support system. Because what's going to happen is you are going to have 100 million diamonds on your board and an empty life.
Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground.
I'm going to tell you, before I ever even tried to go for my tie badge or even thought about a number, one thing I never cared about was the numbers. Of course, we had to hit our goal to get to the point where we could apply and things like that if that's what you're wanting to do. Because I could tell you, Kingy was there before I even had my show. He helped cultivate this show right here, right now. He helped me along and gave me tips and pointers. One thing you want to do is have content. Find something you love. I love to talk, if you can't tell. Find something you love and make it into content. I don't care if you knit. I don't care if you knit. I don't care what it is that you do.
That's gonna be a silent stream.
Whatever it is that you do, make it into content. Like I know there was a lady on here who used to do candles and stuff like that. So whatever it is that you love to do, make it into content. Now, if it's drinking, probably don't do that because that's going to cause an issue.
I can tell you from experience, don't do that.
But another thing
is,
and I've told many people this, and they may not have listened when I first told them, but later they came back to me like, "Dang, Jen, you was right." And this is something I actually learned from Kingy. Advertise your brand, who you are. Don't go up trying to clout chase nobody and get up off of them. Celebrate you and what makes you you.
Yes, Lord.
I don't care. Like, yes, we are on tagged, but it's about your brand. Brand yourself. Whatever it is, find your spot. You don't have to bite off of nobody else. You don't have to take no content. Find something that is you because it is so much more authentic. Authenticity, I'm going to tell you, is what brings me into someone's life. If you're a funny person, I'm going to tell you, CJ, when I met him, his funny, we started out roasting each other. That's how we became friends. So that's his thing. He's a funny guy. He's a funny person. He does music. So that's what brings you in him as a streamer. He didn't go find someone else's what they do to try to make it his own. You got to make whatever it is that makes you you and brand yourself. That's something I say for newcomers. Find whatever it is. Like me, I can go into a live right now and they're going to be like sipping on gin and juice. Laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Or they're going to be like, hey, look, every Saturday I made things I made people remember me by the things that I say and do. You got to make people remember you. You got to make people
Facts.
remember you. And so do's and don't, like I said, don't go around trying to find whatever it is someone else does. Yes, you can gain knowledge from people, but still find your own lane. And not only that,
Y'all know the song.
another thing I'm going to say to do is just always be your authentic self. Don't care about what people
Facts.
think about you. Don't get into the drama. That's a huge one. I'm not a drama person. Now, does it find me sometimes? Yes. But what you do is stay in your own lane, find your own wave, and ride your own wave. I've always told that people ride your own wave. And don't let those things affect you. Just keep being you, because eventually they can't stop what is inevitable. Even I went through hardships. I went through people trying to stop everything I was trying to do, but you know what? I proceeded. I kept going. Now, I'm hard headed, but I kept going and proceeded. No matter what anybody said to me, I kept going. So keep going.
Yes, Lord.
But yeah.
She prevailed.
And I
And then another thing is be careful on what you wear as well too. Don't get banned. And
don't be
obviously
putting your
everybody should
apps in your bio, the OF and all
everybody should
that.
already know not to have no children. Okay, no children
I just wanna say-
in your street.
Here's another thing.
Go
Be
ahead.
careful what you expose on here because somebody might turn around and use that on you when you hurt them.
I'm gonna say this, that what Rena said, that I don't, that not only goes for women but men too. Brothers, kings, whatever you want to address yourself as, be careful. Instead,
Oh yeah, because especially
you
this
get mad
also
too.
being a dating app, don't gift people on the thought process of I'm trying to gift you into liking me. Because if I don't like you, I'm not gonna like you. Whether you drop a goldie, you drop a dragon, you drop a plane, you drop a so you'll
You
gift
gotta
people
be
based
dragon.
off the people you want to support. Support what coincides with what you want to bring and what you like. Obviously, if you
So
like
what would you
toxicity,
like?
you're probably gonna find toxic people. But don't be, don't be mind blown when you're in drama. But anyways, y'all.
Exactly.
She a little toxic, okay? It's just a little toxic.
Like
She
gift
ain't
that.
toxic.
Make sure you gift
It's just
When you hear that sound,
Yeah,
that
hit it
means
with
we are at our hot
Act up
seat
again.
question segment. Normally, our hot seat is left up to the fate of the audience. And I go to Instagram and ask our peers what they want to ask for this week's hot seat question. But it is Bookie's birthday, so guess what?
Oh,
I
Lord.
trump everybody. Okay? I trump everybody, and bingo! This week we're gonna hit Bookie with the hot seat. Sorry,
Oh, Lord.
not sorry. But this question will
I
be
know you
for
ain't
Bookie. I'm putting you on the hot seat. Yes, but normally it is left up to the fate of the audience. That's right. This week
Yeah, I
I
took my
wrote
hat
it.
off.
Yeah, I did. Because I'm just going to say a lot of y'all, when I ask for the questions, y'all just ask me if I'm single. Anyways.
You need to start replying like Lil Wayne.
I'm single. I ain't sipping. Anyway.
I had that Nina. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I was a little easy on you. I will admit, I was easy on you because I was gonna go deep, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, but I went back and forth with it. But this week's question is,
Hold on, wait.
Oh,
dun dun dun. If you had to choose one thing you absolutely cannot do without during your live streams, what would it be and why?
one thing I couldn't do without you.
During the live. That's a good question. That's
Right.
a real good question.
Right.
I know I used to get banned for twerking.
And what up, bro?
That used to happen.
I'm gonna sip my tea.
Come on.
I bet you are gonna skip it. But the other thing about, yeah, that part. Now, what was the deep question? Because that's where you try to get deeper.
No, I was gonna get deeper, but we won't leave it here because that one, no. But what is one thing you cannot do without during your live streams? So what is it and why? Yeah, don't blow past that one. He was trying.
Y'all know me. I'm always in my room singing and dancing, working.
So
And then
music.
they got me one day. They got me one day. I was like, oh, yeah, well, I tried to stop doing it, but I can't do it. I can't stop doing it.
Oh my God. Oh, the code red mom.
Exactly, that's whole red too. Hold on, and the cinnamon bread.
If I had to, it would probably be music. It would for sure. Because there's times when it fills the silence in between. When people are in here, and honestly, a second device. Okay, I got like 5 of them.
Oh yeah, I definitely do.
But a second device I'm gonna be honest, as a streamer, you gotta have a second device. Not only so you can support other folks, but so you can run your own stream as well. So I would say also a
So the phone will stop ringing. So the phone will start ringing.
Lord.
You're ringing,
That do not disturb button is
ring.
very good for this show, especially because Lord, y'all will call back to back to back like I don't stream every day. But anyways, shout out to Bookie and his birthday. I got you, Mr. Hot Seat, tonight. But if y'all are just pulling up, that's okay. Y'all have not missed much. We still have a lot more to discuss. We just discussed what brought you to Tag, what are your goals on Tag, tips for new streamers, and of course, we just had the Hot Seat. If you missed it, that's your fault. But we're going to change direction and get a little bit of laughs. Of course, there are a lot of positive things that you encounter here on the Tagged app, and some negative. But there's some that might be a little positive or a little negative. I guess it depends on how you deal with it. But one of the things that we deal with as live streamers are trolls. Yes, the vehicular trolls. I love trolls or I hate them. It depends. So I'm going to take it, we'll take it to more of a little funnier, lighter side of the app. But I want to know, what is your best troll story? And then how do you avoid them? And what do you do so they do not affect you?
Woo.
I'm going to save mine for last.
You go first.
Thanks. So nice. I just play along with it. I go along with it. I mean, if they're getting rude, then obviously they're going to get kicked out. But usually I just play along with it because it brings in my viewers. And it's just like comedy to me. When you laugh or, you're responding to them or... Well, mainly, laughing at it just makes them mad even more. So that's what I do. It's just like comedy in my stream every time. So sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. And then it does get the comments a little bit. It really do.
I swear, they were jokes. I was just wrong with you. Hey, I'll get right with you. You want to come for me? I'm coming for you too. And then, after that, then once I'm finished with you, it's a lot of people. Be like, bye-bye. On to the next stream. But my funniest whole story, I used to have this person come in my live every day. It's just like, what you doing? And they would just be like, oh, somebody came with you. Yeah, it was just crazy. I was like, okay, whatever. And I would just block them right afterwards. I'd be like, okay, I'm tired of coming here every day. Doing the same thing. So yeah, I just block them.
My turn. Okay. So usually when trolls come in, you know me. I roast them right back. If you can roast me, then I'm gonna applaud you. But most of the time they fail. Anyways, because they can't keep up. But anyways, my story. It's long, but I'm gonna keep it short. So this actual person, I actually knew them. I became friends with them, and I went on vacation with them, and we cut them off as a group. He went back home, and then he made another page and started coming into all of our lives. And then one day we caught him because he got drunk and got in the box and didn't realize that he was on his backup page. And when I tell you there was a time that night, there was a time had that night. I roasted him until he basically didn't come back on tag for almost a month. And then to add insult to injury, I sent him a pack of the pens to say, you need these since you're being a little baby back. You know what? So yeah, I really did send him a pack of the pens to his house because he messed up and gave me his address when I sent him a ring light to help him start streaming. So yeah, that's my troll story. So a friend turned to a troll. Just said quick. Always watch your day ones. Check them. Make sure they still good.
I'm gonna let you keep this movie out control.
I'm petty. I'm real petty. I'm not the type of petty that come to your job and spray paint your car. Of course, it won't be permanent paint. It'll be chalk paint. But you know, I'm gonna spray paint your car.
Anyone who knows me knows I have my lines for the trolls. I have very specific lines in which I use for whatever the things that they say. And I could go to the negative part of it and tell the negative story about a troll, but I'm gonna keep it light. My actual favorite troll story is about my friend Ty. He was one of my very first trolls, but he used to come in and roast me, not in a bad way, but he would make fun of me and stuff like that for like stories that he heard on like the show and stuff like that. And he would like tell people my story before I could even tell them. But he wound up being one of my biggest supporters. And when I got my top badge, he was actually the person who I gave my very first top badge jet to. Like, he was here for every stream. He was here for every show, every event. Like, he was a troll turned friend, which is quite the opposite of what happened to CJ. But he went from someone who used to control me to someone who very highly supported me. And he's still someone, even though he's not on the app at the moment, but he still makes sure that I'm good. He checks on me. But that literally turned out to be one of my best friends. I always call him my little chicken wing. There's a story behind it. We won't tell that because this is a featured show. But that is one of my best friends. But for the bad trolls, how to avoid them and what do you do so they don't affect you? I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I'll step toe to toe with them and I'll roast them back. On a bad day, I might cuss them out. But for the most part, now I've gotten to a place where I don't even acknowledge them. Like, when you acknowledge them, you give them fuel, you give them power, you show them that it affects you. But when you so I have code words. This is something I'm going to say. Have a code word for people that are your supporters, your reds, your bouncers. Have a code word so they know when to get rid of somebody. Now, if someone's just joshing and joking and, playing around, by all means, I'll just turn it around on them like, oh my God, thank you for your support. You're running out my comments and you come back every day too. You must really love me. Like, you're one of my biggest fans. So I'll kind of turn it around on them. But definitely have that code word so that people know when to get rid of them. And a rule for me, for my bouncers and for people who are in my stream, if you are red, if you don't know, you're about to find out. But one rule that I have is if there is a negative comment, kick them and then move it up out my comments so the negative thing is not there, especially for my shows. You don't want people to see that negative thing sitting there, especially if they're in here saying ugly things. Get them out of here. And then I don't care if you put EBTs up. I don't care if you write ADB, CBD, DB, juice boxes, whatever it is. Get it out of my comments so I don't have to see the negative thing. Because seeing negative can feel negative thoughts and feelings and all that. And then you don't want your people who come in to like see that. So get those things out of your comments. And so they don't affect you. What people say about you really says more about them. And so don't let those things affect you. I've had very ugly things, people write things in my inbox and things like that, some very ugly things. But I had to quit letting it affect me. And actually a friend told me this trick. She said, instead of bottling it up and letting those bad feelings fill into a gallon jug, or a 2-liter, or, she kind of used that comparison. Don't even leave it in a 20 bounce, but get to the point where you leave it in a shot glass. So don't allow those things to bottle up. Stand on business right when you feel it, and let your people know what needs to be done, and just get them out of there. Don't even let them know that it affects you. Don't make a face. just bloop, and they're gone. Because when they see that it doesn't affect you, eventually they'll get tired. And if they don't get tired, you have to keep making pace. You're just gonna put in a lot of effort. So thanks for being a fan. But yeah, do y'all have anything else to say? No, no. All right. If y'all are just pulling up, that's okay. You guys have not missed it all. We still have a little bit more to discuss. We just discussed what brought you to Tagged, what are your goals on Tagged, tip for new streamers, best troll story. But I want to get on a little more serious side. As we know, as streamers, it's not always going to go well. There are things that you're going to have to endure. There's things that I've had to endure. But getting through those things, I think, not only helps you grow as a streamer, but also helps you grow as a person. And so the next question is, what is the hardest thing you've had to go through on Tagged, and what kept you going? So first, what is the hardest thing you've had to go through on Tagged, and what kept you going? And I won't even say on Tagged, but I'll say, what is the hardest thing you've had to go through as a streamer, and what kept you going?
Oh Lord. People who you get close to and you open up to them,
Let me see your face.
and you turn around and have a problem with them and they want to throw it back in your face. But what you told them, like I've had that happen to me before, where I expressed something to somebody and then they got mad at me, and then 2 days later they on a streaming app talking about me like a dog, talking about my deceased grandmother and stuff, and I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm.
So that just the opposite be careful.
Mm-hmm.
You put on here.
I agree with that.
Okay.
And the second part, what was the second part?
So the second part, what kept you going? Let me see your face, Bookie.
Not giving, not giving up, not being a quitter, just projecting more positiveness instead of negativity.
Okay.
That's pretty much the same thing for me. Just like opening up to certain people, and then it just backfires on me, pretty much. Pretty much what kept me going is just tune it out, leave them, pretty much leave them alone, leave that person alone and move on. And, find new friends, that, I can possibly trust. Because there's not a lot of people that you can trust. You can't trust everybody. You can't think everybody is going to be your friend, be your bestie. So you just gotta watch who you say things to, because then, like people say, it turns around and bites you in the butt. Pretty much.
I think the hardest thing I had to deal with was so I was a part of a family like that was on here. They're kind of known on here. They've been on here for quite some time. And at the time, I was dating, talking to someone, and I was live, and somebody from that was kind of like attached to that family came into my stream, and I didn't know who they were. It was late at night. It's like 1 a.m. And so, long story short, they came in talking to me and, trying to introduce themselves. And then one of the people that happened to be the person I was dating was talking to someone else. And I was talking to someone else, and she was like, ugh, why is she talking so loud? And I'm like, first of all, if you came into my stream, I'm going to need you to respect my people that's in here. So, with that being said, a lot of hate came towards me for speaking up to that person and not defending them versus defending the person that I actually knew in real life. So a lot of that, I won't even say hate. It's more of like just people coming in randomly saying random stuff. And if you know me, like Jen knows me, words cannot affect me. I don't get affected by that. You gotta physically do something. Like that's not gonna bother me at all. I'm not thin skinned. I'm not sensitive to any of that stuff. I'm very sound minded with my own self. So, with that being said, that was one of the things that I've ever had to encounter. I won't say it was hard to deal with, but I had to encounter that. And then I progressed forward and kept streaming. And eventually, all those people that used to come in and say things on their own initiative, they stopped coming because I stopped giving them the attention, and they found something else better to do. And I kept going just because of me, simply put. I don't let nobody deter me from what I want to do. So keep doing it.
I always be forgetting sometimes. But I'm gonna say the hardest thing that I've had to go through on Tagged was honestly, I was in a very public relationship. It went very badly. If you know the story, you know the story. If you don't, well, you don't. But going through that and to deal with that, and especially because it was very public. Um, oh, you too. Oh, okay. It was very public. It was very ugly. Like my name was kind of slashed for a minute there until I finally came out with my story and told my truth. And so going through that, I really wanted to give up. Like I was gonna allow that person to win. And what kept me going was the people who I knew had my back, the people who encouraged me every day, the people who came in and or even messaged me behind the scenes, because I was off here for like a couple months, and didn't think I was going to be able to face what had happened, because at the time, going through what I was going through, I felt like a liar because I very much protected that person. I very much had everyone supporting that person, and the whole time I was going through hell in the background. And so I felt like a farce. I felt like, I'm telling all these people and making them believe in love, and here I felt like a liar. And so it really affected me. And so, like I said, what really kept me going was the people who I had in my circle, the people who had my back, the people who spoke up for me and didn't allow people to talk about me behind my back like like it was not the truth. The people who went to those pages and said, no, actually it was true. The people who stuck up for me without me even asking, and that meant a lot. It's not always when people talk about you, which people are going to talk about you, but it's what your friends say behind your back. And if it's good things, like, yeah, if someone talks about, CJ behind his back, I'm going to stick up for him. So what is it that you said? So the people who come behind you, the people who are there for you, that's really what kept me going. Because if it wasn't for the people who I felt like had my back, I probably would have just said screw it and got off the app. It was something I loved, but the fear behind everything really just, it took a damper on what it was. And the fact that during that entire time, even though my badge was safe and stuff like that, I've never not once not made my goal. So my friends made sure, even in the inbox, they were making sure that I made my goal because they didn't want me to leave. And that right there is what kept me going. The people who were in the background, the people who never even said a word that helped me, the people who, encouraged me to keep going, the people who spent long nights on the phone with me crying, the people who spent, time on the phone with me just to talk and get it out, or the people who stood up for me. It was many, many things. But that's really what kept me going. And I'm a hard head. I very much run very heavily on spite, not in a negative way, but in spite of. So in spite of everything, I knew I had to keep moving. And honestly, it was the best thing that I did, because it not only showed me, that the people that were surrounding me were the right people, but it also showed me the strength that I had in myself. It taught me a lot about myself, my self-love. It taught me that my inner strength was much bigger than I had thought. So really it taught me more than just one thing. It made me learn a lot from that. But then it taught me a lot about moving forward with relationships and streaming and such. So it did a lot for me, and I took the positive out of a very negative thing. But yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And so here we still are. Almost a
And
year
here she
later.
is, still doing her show.
Still doing my show. You ain't stopping. Anyway,
Can't stop.
if y'all are just pulling up, you're late. But that's okay, y'all. You have not
That's
missed
that
much.
late.
You have not missed everything. We still have a little bit more to discuss. We just discussed what brought you to Tagged, what are your goals on Tagged, tip for new streamers, best troll story. We got a little serious and talked about the hardship of the app. But now I want to discuss what you've learned. So, like I just said, I just told the hardship, but I want to know something that really defined the experience that you've had on the app. We've all had this like crowning, glowing moment that was like our aha, like our, this is what I want to do. And so I want to know, if you had to choose one moment that truly defined your experience, what would it be, and what did you learn from it?
It's a good question.
That is a good question.
Real good question. I say whoever wants to go first. I have mine, but I'm gonna let the guests go first.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Why?
Because I said,
Why did I even say it? Up. There she goes. She said she got one. She raising her hand like she got a comment for the church.
Oh no, she's pointing at you.
Oh, see, you just say you ain't nothing.
Anyways,
one thing that I've learned on here is it's kind of already known, but as humans or as people, no matter where we live, no matter where we are in life, no matter what background we may have, everyone is different. Everyone feels, has emotions differently. Everyone everyone's thought process is different. I think being on this app has made me not only help me to understand not only people on here, but also within my secular life. So within my job, dealing with friends that I already have, being a little more patient, understanding, because a lot of people, since doing this show with Jen, you really get to understand people a lot more. You understand where they come from, what they've experienced, what they've been through, how they think. I think that's the most beneficial thing. You learn a lot from other people by how they think, because everybody's thought process is different. And you benefit, and you sometimes can take some of those thought processes and apply them to your own life, or apply them to situations that you may be going through, or hardships, whatever it may be. So I always look at it like that. I think that's probably been the biggest eye opener for me. I'm not saying that I'm a closed-minded person, but at the same time, being able to hear people's thoughts, such as like tonight, everybody's thought process on how to be a streamer. Everybody's thoughts were different. Everybody's opinions were different. So being able to grasp that, I feel like it's almost like reading a book, because it educates you, it teaches you on how to talk to other people and how to deal with everybody.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's my thought process on it.
Okay.
Green eyes. Don't look back, boy. It's your turn now. Go ahead, unmute her. Hey, how you doing?
So I'm not nervous, so I just made him go first this time because he told me to go first. Well, actually, it was supposed to be, but it's okay. I'll blame him.
Blame me.
All your fault.
Blame me.
Like you said, everybody's thought process is different. Everybody streams differently. Everybody does, other things differently. Everybody's not gonna agree. You get to know people, how they run their streams, and You just learn things from other people, things that you didn't even think of in your stream that maybe you can even do, but obviously in your own way, not the same way that they're doing.
Okay.
I agree
Well,
with
to
that.
piggyback off of what y'all say, it's a lot of things that you learn over time. And like I said, with me being on here for over a couple of years, uh, it just get, makes it a lot better, a lot better, a lot better. But the one thing I have learned is be in control of what you put out there. Don't control what everybody else sees. Because they can't control what you put out. You have control what you gotta have your own control. So yeah, that's what I've learned over my time on this lovely old app tagged.
You know, the last story that I told for the last question, that was huge for me. But for a positive, because I want to end it on a positive note. The moment that truly defined my experience, I would say, was before I even created this show. I had four gentlemen in my box. I hate him. I had four gentlemen in my box. It was right around. It was COVID. It was right when Kobe had died. And I had these four gentlemen in my box, and they were having a real discussion. Like, they were showing emotions, and it was the first time that I had seen, especially, of course, not only just men, but men of, the black community to expressing their emotions. Let's be honest, something that's a community where it's very hard for men to openly express themselves, especially when it comes to emotions, when it comes to expressing sorrow and things like that. And so to have these men, none of them, argued, none of them, like, it was just beautiful. And that is actually what cultivated this show right here, right now. And that moment defined my experience because I seen a need in the community. I'm seen, and that's why the point of my show is, bringing people together from different backgrounds, different races, different religions, different, orientations, bringing them all together to show that no matter who you are and where you're from, we all have commonalities when it comes to matters of the mind and the heart. That was the point of this show. And that probably defined my experience more than anything because this show has not only helped me, I can't stand him, not only helped me, but I think it has helped so many people on the app, and I would be remiss to not mention everyone else, but there has been so many people who have came to me to say how much this show has helped them. And so I think that was the moment when I got featured was really the turning point for me on this app. Because honestly, the featured show means more to me even than the badge. Because yes, as a badge, I have the accolades. But when you're someone who has a featured show, your face is going across the app. These are things that the first people who get on the app, that's one of the first things you're going to see is those banners going across the app. And so I cannot stand him. And so those are things, that I really pride myself in is that I have helped so many people on this app and people who probably could never even ever repay me, but it's because I wanted to do it. I seen a need, and to bring people together is a beautiful thing. And that honestly is the one thing that's probably held me here more than anything is this show. Even when I took a break from it because I needed to make sure that I was good. But it taught me perseverance because even hearing other people's stories keeps me going to know that I'm not alone. And that's really was part of it too, is just so people know that they're not alone. And that is the whole reason the show was ever created. And so, yeah. Does anyone have anything else to say other than Baldy in the comments?
He
He
balling
balling
on
on
you.
you.
Right.
He
He
balling
balling
out
out
the
of
country.
He balling. He
My
balling,
old number
balling.
He
one.
balling all over the world.
My old number one. He number 3 now. Okay. But anyways, if y'all are just pulling up, it's almost over. Tonight's topic was tagged 101, a streamer's survival guide. You're definitely late, but do not fret. You can find us every week on YouTube, which you can find posted in my bio. Go please click on that. Subscribe to my YouTube, y'all. Go follow me on Instagram to see the show post. And if you want to submit your question for the hot seat question, please go submit your question. Do not ask me if I'm single, for Christ's sakes. I'm sick of it. But I always wrap up the show with a quote to have that healing moment, of course. But this week's quote is, "Build it and they will come. Only works in movies. Social media and streaming is a build it, nurture it, engage them, and they may come and stay." Seth Godin. I cannot stand him. I appreciate each and every one of y'all except for Baldy for being here right here in the Red Room every Saturday. I appreciate y'all, of course. Happy birthday to Bookie. Big happy birthday and shout out to Bookie. He chose this week's topic for his birthday, so make sure y'all give him a big birthday shout out. Hit him with the favorito. Hit everybody here on the panel with a favor. Hit those top 3 bubbles, except for the bald one, with a favorito like a burrito. Not now, but right now. But of course, we always come to an end and have you guys reintroduce yourselves. What do you got to say, CJ? I do. And now I can. It's 11:01. Fuck you, Baldy. Bald motherfucker. Okay. But of course, y'all go ahead and reintroduce yourselves. Of course, ladies first, and then we'll go to the birthday boy. Reintroduce yourself. Let us know what you got going on the app. And yeah, fuck you, Baldy.
That's crazy. I stream late nights, catch me when you can. If you don't see me, well, that's too bad. I'm usually into the stream, okay? Like I said, catch me when you can.
Not bad at all, sir. Thank you the birthday show. Dookie Baby, Stream, Bradley.
He is an admin, of course, for the Red Room Talk, y'all.
For my birthday.
Oh, God.
That's crazy. Well, y'all know I am.
If you need me for your events, just hit me up on my Instagram page. Please don't throw balls if you come into my stream. If I stream, please.
Okay, I will.
Not you. We gonna take you off as an admin if you start throwing balls.
I like I'm off the screen, so okay.
We're gonna bypass that.
Anyways, yeah.
Oh, she threw balls at you. I knew she did. That she do the same thing. Anyways, catch me if y'all need me. I'm here. Hit me up for your DJ needs.
Yeah.
And of course, last but not least, I am Jen and Juice. I'm the host of this show right here, right now. You guys can catch me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't catch me here, you can catch me late nights into early mornings. Very late nights, very early mornings, probably playing Fortnite. Outside of that, make sure y'all tap in on Instagram. I do have some new content coming soon. So tap in, and I'm going to play a little ditty, no ditty, so we can end this damn recording. And fuck you, Baldy.
Tap.
And no, she's not single. She married to me, okay?
I thought she was single.
When the Red Room stories unwind,
Sir.
Jen and Juice got that open mind. Hearts connect at 10:30. Every Saturday once again.
Hey!
Oh, she gonna get hers.